Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Lawrence and I'll be your co-host for this webinar on Build Your Intranet in just 60 minutes on Office 365. Firstly, thank you all for taking time off to join us on this webinar. We'd like to spend the next 50 odd minutes sharing a few insights on Microsoft's SharePoint Office 365's stunning new features and benefits, followed by a brief demo on how to build your intranet under 60 minutes. As with most webinars, this webinar will be recorded and emailed to all attendees. You're free to pose questions by clicking on the question box in the control panel, and we'll make sincere attempt to address all your queries towards the end of this webinar. Please note that all the attendees are in mute throughout the webinar. I would encourage you to send us your feedback on the email address provided below. Alright, so before we dive deeper into today's topic, I'd like to give you a short summary about Trigent software. We are a mid-level Microsoft Gold certified software development company based out of Boston with a strong development backbone in Bangalore, India. We have successfully operated for over 20 years and with global revenues of over $30 million. We have built technology centers of excellence in SharePoint, Office 365, Yammer, Windows Azure, and mobile. Our journey with Microsoft dates back to early 2000, and over the last decade, we have executed over 100 successful SharePoint enterprise deployments with an in-house competency of over 100 plus Microsoft certified consultants. We at Trigent offer an array of services from quick start and planning involving assessment and advisory based consulting to design and architecturing a SharePoint farm. Also end-to-end implementations, migration services and development services on both premises as well as on the cloud. Today, we support and maintain a large SharePoint installations for many of our customers. And here's the list of our customers. The list includes Fortune 100 companies to mid-sized firms and even startups across business verticals, which include independent software vendors and enterprises in banking and finance, insurance and mortgage, credit lending, e-retail, manufacturing, supply chain management, media and advisory, schools and colleges, e-learnings, and so on and so forth. That's me on the right, Lawrence. I'm the Manager of Business Development with Microsoft's practice here at Trigent. I have a decade of experience in technology consulting. And to the left is my colleague Manu. Manu, please introduce yourself.
Hello, good afternoon all. This is Manu. I'm working as a SharePoint architect in Trigent. My journey with SharePoint started 7 years back with Mo and continues through SharePoint 2010, 2013, and the cloud version, that's the SharePoint Online. My area of interest include migration and customization. I have been helping projects on migrating from WSS to 2013 and also to SharePoint Online using native Microsoft approach as well as the tool-based migration. So that's about me.
All right, thank you, Manu. All right, moving on. So the agenda for this webinar is to show you guys how easily we can build and customize a website using SharePoint Online. The demo including identifying the design, build, and test the site. And this will be followed by key takeaways and finally Q&A. So at this point, I'd like Manu to take over.
Thank you, Lawrence. Since it's going to be a demonstration on site provisioning and customization using SharePoint Online, I'll be switching between the slide and the website. And for your information, the site creation and customization are done on the live environment. So there may occur certain situations where we need to keep refreshing the page to make the changes get reflected on the site. With that, let's start the demo. So as you know, the first step in every site creation is to identify the branding and to identify on what kind of information should be available on the site. So here I have designed a simple site with a custom branding. Let's check each section of the design. On the top of the page, we have the company logo and the navigation menu. And towards the bottom of the page, we have the footer sections with copyright information and the office location information. Basically, these two sections of the website remain same for all the pages. In SharePoint, we will call it as master page. So it's not only the top and bottom sections. We can include all the sides of a page to be part of a master page. So now let's set up the design of home page, or we'll call it as welcome page on the site. Let's have an image just below the navigation menu. Since this is going to be a basic site, I kept it as a plain image. Instead of that, we can have a carousel or an animation here in place of this image. Following the image, we have a news section which is used to hold the latest news or announcements in the company. Then next to it, we have a section to hold the important documents that the employees of the company will be frequently referring to. These announcements and documents can be added or edited by the site administrator. So that gives us the flexibility to keep on adding new announcements or new documents. So even we can have the approval process for these contents and notify the employee through an email once a new announcement or a document is added. After this section, let's have a discussion board which helps to post or discuss about the topics which people are interested on. Then finally, we'll have a section for the search. So in this design or in this layout, the middle part of the page is dynamic. That means in all the pages of the site, the top and bottom sections will remain same. Only the middle part keeps changing based on the page we navigate. Now let's identify the tools which I'm going to use here for customizing the site. So the first one is an HTML editor. So basically here I'm going to use Notepad as the HTML editor. And in addition to that, we use SharePoint Designer. It's a tool, free tool from Microsoft. We can get it downloaded from the Microsoft site. And this site is mainly used to customize SharePoint sites. So we can customize the online version as well as on-prem version. And with anyone with HTML and CSS knowledge can easily customize the site. So that means we don't need a dedicated developer or coder for doing all this stuff. So here are the steps that we will be executing during the demo. First, we have to connect to the SharePoint online portal and create a site from the central admin. Once the site is provisioned, then we will start applying the branding. For this, we should have the HTML design of the master page and other page layouts. Once the designs are ready, we will apply it to the master page. We'll create the navigation set and apply that navigation to the master page. Then create the layout for the home page. After this, we will set up the home page. In order to set up the home page, first we have to set up the lists and libraries, or rather the content or the information holders that is to be displayed in the home page. Add the information into the respective sections from this storage. Then enable and set up the discussion board feature. After the home page, let's go ahead and create sub pages. So currently in this demo, we'll be using a single sub page for showing the information on services. And finally, we'll go ahead and do the fine tuning of the look and feel of the site. So that's all about the steps which we are going to execute. Now let's get started with the first step, that's the site creation. Let me go back to the browser. So here is the login screen for the Central Admin or SharePoint administration page. So on the top, we have the new option to create a new site. So let's go ahead and create a new site over here. So in this page, we have to enter certain information. So let me refresh the page once again. So we have the page to create a new site over here. So these are the set of information it is asking. Let's give a title. Let me put Trigent Intranet and the URL for the site. And the next is to select the template with which we are going to create the site. Currently, I'm using the publishing portal because that is the template which is used to create intranet portal as well as large internet-facing sites. And then it asks for the time zone and the administrator. So I myself will be set as administrator. So on clicking OK button, it will start creating or provisioning the site. So here, since it is online or it's on live, it may take 5 to 10 minutes. Let's avoid this step because I have already created this site for the demo and it's available over here. Let me directly browse to this site and see what is available in the site. So it's a plain site which is provided by Microsoft. We don't have any customizations. It's all out-of-box features. So now we are going to customize this site with the help of HTML designs we create. So let me jump to the next step. So the site has been created. So the next step is to generate and upload the design file. So normally we'll have these design files in HTML format with supporting files like CSS, style sheets, or images. So I have already created these design files over here to save time. So let me open one by one. So here is the master page. The master page is nothing but which appears, as I mentioned, it appears in the top and bottom section. So here we have the logo and set of static menus. And this static menus will be replaced with a dynamic menu. And we have a footer section. So this is about the master page or the branding page. Then we have the design for the home page. So that's the landing page. In the home page, just below the logo or the header section, we have an image placeholder. Then we have 3 quadrants. So these 3 quadrants will be populated with the data which is available in the site. And finally, the footer. So now let's go ahead and add these files into SharePoint. So let me navigate to the SharePoint site and get these files added to the SharePoint. So there is in SharePoint we have a special folder to where all these design files are to be uploaded. So it's called Master Page Gallery. So all the design files, including HTML and CSS, will be available over here. So for the interest of time, I have already created a custom folder where all our custom design files will be residing. So I created the custom folder with CSS files and image files. Now let me upload the design of the master page. So I have the design file selected over here. Yep. Okay. Yep. So the next step is to make sure that, okay, the content type we select is the design file. So that makes sure that, okay, this page can be converted to a file, master page file, which SharePoint can understand. So now let's convert this design file into a master page that SharePoint understands. So for this, SharePoint came up with a nice tool called Design Manager. So we can create our master pages or layout pages using this tool. It's a wonderful tool. So let me go ahead and show you how we can create those master pages out of the design files which we created. So I'm going to select the HTML design file which we created, that is the Trigent master.html. So if the HTML tags are in proper shape, then the conversion will be successful. Yes, we have the conversion done successfully. And let's publish this page so that all other users or including the read-only users will be able to see this. So now we have the master page corresponding to our design. And this will be a plain master page with logo, footer section, and the static menu. Now as I mentioned, we need to change the static menu to a dynamic menu. So for that, again, there is an easy way in SharePoint Online. We will get the code snippets which we can place it in the master page. So it's basically a placeholder for the menus or search box or anything functional objects we can inject into the master page. So let me go ahead and show you how we can generate a snippet for the master page. Sorry, snippet for the navigation section. So here we have this is the snippet gallery tool. So we have options to generate the snippet for top navigation, vertical navigation, search box, site title, the site logo. So for now, let's take the snippet for top navigation. Let me store it in a notepad, because our design consists of a search box in the home page also. So let me take the snippet for the search box as well. So now we have the snippets ready. For including it in the master page, we have to use the tool SharePoint Designer. So let me connect. Yeah, here it is. It's already connected to the site, and we have the master page gallery over on the left-hand side. So in this, we should be having, yeah, the custom folder is available here. Yeah. So here we have the HTML file as well as the converted master page. So one thing we need to remember here is all the changes should be done in the HTML page, not on the master page. So let me go ahead and add the snippet which we got from the snippet gallery. I'll copy this. There should be, here you go. Here is the placeholder for the navigation. Let me paste it over here. Okay. So then another important thing we need to do is we have to make sure that there is a content placeholder main, that is the middle, that represents the middle section of the page. That should be taken from here and placed in between our header and footer. So let me cut it from here So here is the middle section. Let me paste it over here. Once the changes are done, we have to check in the file so that the changes will be reflected in other users page as well. So now the master page is ready. Let's go ahead and set this master page and see what happens in the page or in the site. So now let's go ahead, open the site, go to the site settings where we can apply or we can change the master page to the custom master page we created. So if you see in this page, it is set to a default master page called Seattle, and we have our custom master page here. Yep. So let me change it and go back to the home page and see if the settings are in place. Yes, we have the logo over here, or the top section over here, and the main section, the placeholder of main section, and the bottom footer section. So one thing is missing here, that is the navigation. Now let's see how we can add navigation menus into this master page. So for that, again, SharePoint provide a feature called term store. So let me go to the place where we are going to add menu items. So if you see the global navigation, it is coming from a managed term store. So let me create a term set, and under this I'll be going to create menu items with the help of this term store management tool. This is another interesting tool provided by SharePoint. We have the term set which I created here. Let's go ahead and create those menus. So as per the design, we have three menus. That's home, then the services, and finally the discussion. So let me create those menus one by one. We have home, we have services, next is discussions. So now we have all the three menus created, and the navigation or the target URL for this I will set after creating all those pages. Let's go back to the setting page and apply these changes and see if the changes are reflecting in the home page. So it is saved. Let me go back to the home page. Yep, the menus are here. So the next step will be to design the home page or the landing page. So let's do it quickly. For that, the first thing to do is we have to go to the design manager and create a layout. Layout page. Layout is nothing but it's a format. It's a structure of a page. So the layout determines or identifies the structure of the page. Let's create a layout for the home page. And as per our home page design, we have image on the top and followed by 4 quadrants, which will be populated with data from different lists or libraries. So let's create a home page layout first. So I'll name it as home. Then it uses the custom master page which we created, and the content type is selected as article. So this will create an HTML, and the corresponding ASPX file is nothing but the layout file. Yep, the home page layout is ready. So further customizations or applying further HTML changes has to be done with SharePoint Designer. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I went back to the SharePoint Designer, and there is a section for page layouts. So in order to get these changes reflected, I need to keep it refreshed. So I refresh this tool, and let me see if home is available. Yes, we have the home.html and home.aspx. So now let's edit this page or edit this design to include all the 4 sections. So before doing that, let's do one thing. Let's quickly create a home page which is attached to this layout, home layout page. Let's do that quickly. So for that, let me go back to the site contents, and in a portal which is created or which is generated based out of publishing portal, all the pages or all the ASPX pages, we'll say, will be residing inside the pages library. So let me go there and create a home.aspx or home page here. So currently the site is using default file as the home page. Let's override that. Let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and create a home page. That's a custom home page. So we'll provide the name as home, and the URL is home.aspx, and here is the place where to select the layout. So let me select it as home. Yep, the home page is ready. Let me open it and see if it is working. Yep, it's a blank page. So we need to include our design into this page. For that, we need to go back to the SharePoint designer, get our changes, and pasted it over this blank design. So let me open this page in designer. So here is the section, it's the middle section. Let me remove this section which is created by SharePoint by default. So everything comes in between. Placeholder main, I have removed it. Let me go back to the folder where I have created the home page design. Yeah, here it is. So let me try to copy those contents for the design. Yeah, here the body starts and here it ends. Okay, let me copy it and paste it back in the designer. Okay, I have added few dummy text over here. Let me remove it. So we should be doing it carefully, because a slight error or if some mistake is there, then it's kind of we have to do it again. So yeah, I have removed all the dummy data, and we have to place the placeholders for holding all those information, list or library information. For that, again, we have to go back to the snippet gallery. Let me go back to snippet gallery, and we have to generate the code snippet for the placeholder. So let me go back to the snippet gallery and select the home layout which we created few minutes back. Okay, I think the easiest way is go to the design manager. So it's the same way we copied the snippet for top navigation and the search. So we have the layout here, which is converted successfully, and we have the snippet over here. Yeah, so we use webpath font. That is a placeholder to hold information from various lists and libraries. So basically, it's done with the help of a webpath available as out of box here in SharePoint. and all these web parts will be residing in a web part zone. So that means in a web part zone we can have multiple web parts. Basically, that will display the information available in the site. It can be a list or a document. So let me paste the snippet back here in our design. And one thing we need to remember here is this ID should be unique. So let me make it unique. The ID of the web part zone should be unique, so that we need to be cautious about that. Yep, I made it unique. And if you remember, towards the last quadrant, last section of this page, we have the search box available. So let me copy the search snippet which I generated earlier, and let me paste it over here after the web part. So here the web part zone ends, and immediately after that, let me paste it. Okay, so it looks like the design of home page has been done. Now let's test it and see if everything is in place or everything is in proper shape. Let me navigate to the home page which is created. So it is available under Pages Library. Yes, we have the home page here. And yeah, the design is in place. Let me try to edit it and see if all the web part zones are available here. Yep, we have all the web part zones. We have the search box. We have the images in place. Now we need to populate these boxes with the data. So as per our design, the first zone or the first section should have announcements. So in order to have the announcements, let's create a list or the storage for those announcements. Let's create it so we can store those announcements in a list. Let's have it right now, and then OUNC announcement. So basically, this announcements will contain the information which the company want to pass to the employees. So once they log into the site, they will have this announcement section as the first section in the home page. So for that, for storing announcements, we have to create two fields. One is title and another is detail. So for with every list, SharePoint creates a column called title, so we can reuse that. Then I need to create a column for storing the details. So let me select it as a multi-line textbook, which allow HTML contents as well. And another small settings change to be done here is whenever the user clicks on the item or whenever user clicks on an announcement, let the details be open as a pop-up page. So that setting is also done. Now let's go and add those announcements into this list. So I have created few announcements and it is available over here. The first one says about, okay, it's the launch of our new dynamic website. So let me add it over here. So that's the first announcement which comes in the announcement section. And here is the details. Yep. So it has an HTML content. So let me show you how to add the HTML content over here. I selected the details box and we have a markup section available where we can paste the HTML content. So it's quite easy to add the HTML content. So next we have another announcement be placed here. It's about a free bone density test camp. Let me add it here. And let me copy the description from here. It's a plain text, so I pasted it directly. And let me add one more. So it talks about announcing the referral bonuses. So let me add that also. So again, it is having an HTML content. So I'll open the HTML window for this, paste it over here. So if you see, if we notice, yeah, you can see that it's HTML format. So now the announcements which we want to communicate to the employees are ready. So let me go ahead and put it in the home page. So again, we go back to edit the home page. So all this addition of all these sections can be done using the browser, and it is quite easy to do that. So let's go ahead and add the web part. This is what I was talking about. So we have a different categories or different options of displaying the content available in the home page. Let's go ahead and directly add the announcements available here. So what it does is it will display all the announcements which we created in the storage space. Okay, so now it is displayed, but we need to get it tweaked. Basically, we don't want this toolbar to be available here, and we don't need all these columns to be displayed in this page. So let's put only the title. So I went to the edit view page. I'm just linking the title. I'm just selecting only the title linked to the item so that only the title will appear in that section. Yep, so we have the announcements displayed over here. Next, let's, as per the design, let's go and add the documents which the employees frequently refer to. So for that, I'm not going to create a document library because by default, SharePoint has created a document library for us. Its name is document. So I'll quickly upload those files which the employees frequently refer. So one such document is the customer satisfaction report. And let me add two more. One is talking about the holiday calendar, and the next one is about the new governance policy. So we have three document libraries, and let's put this into our home page. So let me quickly go ahead and edit the page again and add a web part which holds all these files. So yeah, we have the documents here available here. Let me quickly add it here and do the same configuration, or do the same. Let me do the same settings over here in order to avoid the unwanted information. So basically, we don't need the title to be, or the toolbar to be displayed over there, and then we don't need all these columns. We need only the file name. So let's go ahead and edit the current view and include only the file name which is linked to the document. Okay, we don't need all this information. Go straight down to the bottom and select the name and link to the document. So we have the first two sections available over here now. So now the next thing is to add a collaboration feature, that is the discussion board over here. So for that, we have to go to the settings and enable the feature. So SharePoint by default will not activate all the features available in the site. It's one of the reason for it is to save the space. So whenever we need a certain functionality to a page, we have to go ahead and activate that feature. So all the collaboration features, including discussion board, I mean most of the collaboration features, including the discussion board, is available under the team collaboration list feature. Let me activate it. So by activating it, it will create the schema for generating the storage location for these discussion boards. Now let's go back to the site contents and try to add a discussion board. First of all, let's check if the feature activated the schema for discussion board. Yeah, it is available here. Let's go ahead and create a storage for the discussion. So I'll name it as discussions. And let me go ahead and add a discussion right away. So I have a sample, I have a discussion created here. So let's talk about extending the SharePoint capabilities using JavaScript. So let's start that topic. So this is the title for the discussion, and this is the question I wish to ask. So we have the first discussion available over here, and quickly let me copy this URL because I need this URL to be placed in the top navigation. So let me paste it over here. Okay, so now the discussion board or discussion is ready. Now let's go ahead and implement it in our home page. So we have the section to include the discussion board over here. Let me go ahead and add that. So it's the same way we did for the announcements and document libraries. Here is the discussion board. Yeah. So let me go ahead and add it. Yep, the discussion board is over here, but it is overlapping the design. So let's go ahead and do a small tweaking or adjustment so that the text will fit inside the zone. Here is the web part edit section, appearance, discussions. I want to set the width. Okay, yeah, I'll set it to 400 pixels and see how it comes. Yep, it's fitting the zone. And the last one is to add a plain language for search. So right now only the search box is available. Let's add a language so that people will easily understand, okay, what is this for? Excuse me. So I went to, yeah, there is a web part for adding free text. And the text is available over here. Yeah, I have copied that. I have made the text available. So let me copy that free text over here with the help of the content editor web part. Let me paste it over here. So we have the text here and the box just below that. So let me save it and see how the home page looks now. Yep, so we have the home page ready, but little bit tweaking is required. So let's do after this. So the next step is to create an inner page. As I mentioned, there should be a page supporting the services menu. Let's go ahead and create an inner page. For this, again, we have to go back to the pages library. As I mentioned, all the pages will be stored in the pages library here. Where is the pages library? Yeah, here it is. And I'm going to add a page with name services. Yeah, VIC services. Okay. So this layout will be body only. So I'm going to select a plain layout. And let me populate, after creating this, let me populate this this page with some data. So I have a sample, or I have already created, yeah, here is the excuse me, data for the services page. Where is it? Okay, so here is the services page. Let me go ahead and add this content. So it's really straightforward, and I think it's easy to create such a page. Yeah, so we have one of the inner pages ready. So let me check in those changes, and let me copy this URL again, because this is needed for setting the target URL for the navigation. Let me have it over here. Okay. Now let's go back and set the target URLs for all these top menus. Again, we have to go back to the term store. Where is the term store? We'll go to site settings. And the navigation. from here, yeah, here is the link to the term store tool. And another important thing is, if you notice, it is appearing in an alphabetical order. So let's put it in our normal order, so that home will come first, service will come second, and all. So let's do that also. So first of all, let's get the target URL set for all this. For discussions, we already have copied it. Yeah, here is the link for the discussions. A simple link or header. Okay. So then next, let me save it and go to home. I need to set it for home. So right now I'll copy the services URL and change it back to home. So it is the link to the home page, and the last one, services, again I'll paste it. So we have the link to the services page. Now let's arrange the menus in a specific order. So for that we have to do a custom sort order. Home will be first, services will be second, and the discussions will be third. So let me try to save it and see if this is appearing in the home page. Looks like it is saved. Let me go back and refresh the page. Yep, we have the home as the first item, then the services and the discussions. Let me go back to the home page and see what are the other fine tuning we have to do here. Yeah, it looks like the title is should be removed from here, and this it doesn't make sense here, the content editor. So let's do that quickly. So first of all, let's remove the title. So again, this is done using a styling, CSS styling. So I have the style snippet available over here. Let's do let's go ahead and add a small web part which help us to embed the styling on this page. So let's go ahead and do that. It's called script editor. So we can embed our scripts. Even if we have JavaScripts, we can embed it over here. So let me do that. Yeah, if you see, it's wonderful. See, the title is gone. And next small change which I do is I'm going to change the content editor language to something meaningful. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I changed it to find, and let's see how it is appearing in the page. Okay, after doing all these changes, let me check in the file so that it will be reflected in the home page. Yeah, it's looking better now. So we have the footer, sorry, header, image, the contents, the main contents, and the footer over here. One last change which I want to do here is, so if you click on the discussion board, yeah, we are losing the branding now. So let's set the branding back in this page as well. So I have to do a small change here. Let's go back to the master page setting and pull the branding back to the system pages as well. So we should have that, yeah, custom master page available over here. Yeah, if you see now, yeah, branding has been applied over the entire site. So let me quickly jump back to the slide and see what are all we have covered. Yeah, we have generated and uploaded the design file. We applied the layouts. We have set the home page. We set the sub page, that's the inner page. Then we fine tuned the look and feel. Yep. Let's go back and see what's the next step. Oh, it's to test the site. Okay, quickly let's do a testing. So I have this announcement here. So I want to see what is that about. I clicked on it and it popped up as a page, and yeah, here are the details. Then I want to reply to this discussion or this post. So I clicked on it. It took me to the discussion board. So just commented, yes, it is possible. I put my reply. So it is available over here. And we'll go back to home page. So we have the search option here. Let me see how it is working. So I put a language called text and see if anything is available in this. Yeah, we have a text appearing in this with the free bone density camera. Yeah, it's working. So the search is also working. Let me go back and see what else. Yeah, we have a document here. I clicked on, so it is opening. Yep. So we have the services link available. Yes, it is working. Yep. So cool. So quickly, a site is ready. So it is so simple to create and customize a basic site, as you have seen. So this is not all about the site creation and customization. What we have done here utilized only a small percentage, maybe 4 to 5% of the SharePoint features. But there are lot more than we can customize using out-of-box feature. In addition to that, we can even customize using client-side scripting, using JavaScript as well. Yep, that's all about site creation.
All right, that was great. Thank you, Manu. And as he explained, this was all out-of-the-box features that we have used to create a site under 60 minutes. And I think, yes, we have successfully done that. Now, I'd like to show you a few examples of how Trigent was involved in some heavy customizations to to do the SharePoint site. Now, as you see here, this was a commodity management service provider. The client was very particular of the UI and the access to the company information. So that's when Trigent pitched in and increased the flexibility into managing content whilst enhancing the branding for visual appearance. Here you see that on the home page, we've used all 12 web parts to create and make sure there is ease of access to all the company information without searching for it. And as you can see, there is also a video embedded in the web part. Now, this is another customer. This is a media company where, again, the customer was very particular about the usability aspects and having a great UI. So they wanted to change their plain vanilla environment, and also plus the adaptation was very important. So Trigent did a thorough study, and what we did was we created a rich UI looking SharePoint site, and it was successfully embraced by everyone. And this is again another example. So here, one feature I would like to show you guys is that search was designed based on how users look for content. And if you see here, there are filters available based on what you guys are, what the user is searching for. It's the content and everything was blended like Amazon.com, like to find the content easily using those filters. Right, moving on to the key takeaways. As you all saw, SharePoint is the simplest and the most cost-effective way to build your website. You can build a website in no time. With readily available UI creation tools, you can customize, add, edit the web parts as per your needs. You can share and collaborate more effectively, and also simplify everyday business activities. All right, now I would like to step back and request all the attendees to pose your queries. Please use the toolbox in the control panel marked question box to do so. Let's give a couple of minutes for all the attendees to pose their questions. All right, Manu, I think we have a question. Okay, one of the attendees has asked why SharePoint when WordPress is also available.
Well, yep, SharePoint is, as you know, SharePoint is an enterprise platform that offers several integrations with other enterprise applications like CRM, SAP, Salesforce, etc. And in addition to that, the search is extremely rich in SharePoint. Also, in SharePoint, we have a hybrid setup where we can set our private contents in the on-premise and the public contents on the cloud. So that is not easy when we are doing it in WordPress. Yep.
All right, great. I know we're running short of time, but we are available to take one more question. One of the attendees has asked, we have Office 365 license. Can I use it to have our intranet and extend it to our employees?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Yes, you can. Yep. So SharePoint Online comes with E1, E3, and E4, E5 licenses. So if you have any subscription of any of the subscriptions, yes, definitely you can go ahead and develop your intranet site.
All right, that's great. Keeping the time constraint here, we have a lot of questions. We will get back to the attendees who have asked these questions. And also, I'd like to remind that in the email that we had sent, we had mentioned about 5 for 5. 5 webinar participants will receive 5 hours of free SharePoint Office 365 and related products consulting. So yes, we will get back to these 5 chosen ones within the next 48 hours. So I think that's it for today. Thank you all for your time and hope this session was an eye-opener. We look forward for your continued support and hope to see you all very soon in our next webinar. Meanwhile, please do feel free to reach out to us with any questions you have. Share your thoughts and suggestions on any topics you wish to hear or gain further insights into. I'd like to thank you all again. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.